arguments of proof that we are living really in a very deep crisis, interior crisis of the Church, of relativism, doctrinal relativism, which is reigning in so much theological faculties, in seminarians. All when there are priests and bishops who evidently contradict the truth of God, and by their pronouncements, by their actions, they are against. They in some way separate themselves from the truth of the Church. And when I am separating myself from the truth of the Church, I am in such times of crisis, of times where the members of his body, even clergy and high clergy, become unworthy, unfaithful, even traitors. And these are the wounds of the mystical body of Christ, where Christ continues to suffer. Last years it became more manifest that even some bishops in their public pronouncements contradict some aspect of the Catholic doctrine. Christ said, your word has to be yes, yes, no, no. That they have to recognize, and with this, the recognition of these relationships. And therefore, to recognize that there can be the exercise of human sexuality outside a valid and sacramental marriage. And this is against the Sixth Commandment. But they hide themselves with such expressions of mercy, of new door open. This is falsity. It's not sincere. And these false words, they will be revealed. Christ said, nothing which is hidden will be not revealed. All which is hidden will be revealed. And also these strategies and of Cardinal Casper and his group, they will be revealed as a lie, as a strategy which is against the spirit of Christ and of the apostles. It was Martin Luther who, as the first, spoke this affirmation that the matrimony is a worldly thing. Weltlich Ding in German he spoke. A worldly thing. This is apostasy, because God created the marriage. In the Bible, we already read in the first pages of the Bible. God created. This is a creation of God. And therefore, even the government has not real competency on matrimony, the state, only a secondary competency in some aspects of financial or of inheritance and the material goods, but not the first authority, competency. The first competency has God, Christ and his representatives, the church, the hierarchy, has competence on. And therefore the matrimony, and Christ elevated the matrimony to the dignity of sacrament. The first duty to be faithful to the words of God, to the revelation. And when we are observing that the truth of God, not our opinion, but the truth of God, His words, are in danger to be changed, we have to stand up and raise our voice. Otherwise, Christ will judge us. Why you have been silent? Why you have not confessed me in front of And so we have to believe always in the words of Christ that the gates of hell will never overcome the church, His church. And Christ told to Peter, "You are Peter, you are the stone, the rock, and upon this rock I will build my church." Not your church, Peter, my church. Bishops and of the Pope. The church is of Christ. This is very important to stress. The church is the church of Christ. And Christ is the head of the church. He is the boss, and He remains the boss. Even when there are so confusion and so unworthy representatives of Him, He manages to guide His church because He is God. Christ taught us, and the Apostle Paul demonstrated this. When we are noticing something which is not correct, evidently, like these manipulations, we have to speak this. This is not correct in the church.
Choć w postawach wielu biskupów trudno dziś dostrzec chęć walki o Chrystusową prawdę, to inna część hierarchii, być może mniej liczna, ale odważniejsza, nadal niestrudzenie przypomina o słowach Zbawiciela. Także wśród wiernych powstają liczne inicjatywy przypominające o niemożności zmiany nauczania Pana Jezusa.
And so we have to believe always in the words of Christ that the gates of hell will never overcome the church, His church. And Christ told to Peter, "You are Peter, you are the stone, the rock, and upon this rock I will build my church." Not your church, Peter, my church.
Si alguna vez nos pareciera que nuestros esfuerzos y trabajos se desmoronan y no dan fruto, tenemos que recordar que nosotros seguimos a Jesucristo, cuya vida, humanamente hablando, acabó en un fracaso, en el fracaso de la cruz.